Welcome back to the channel. It's the last day of NaNoWriMo and day 121 of working on this novel. As you might have guessed by now, seeing this, the big thing I wanted to talk about in this video was the fact that I finally finished the intro that I've been working on for the past couple of days. All in all, it turned out pretty well, I thought. It's a little longer than what I had hoped for, so I may trim it down a little bit in the future. I was pretty pleased with it. As I had mentioned before, I'm using footage from a film project that my brother and I worked on a really long time ago. So all the footage that you see in there, he actually shot. I went in over the past few days and edited some here and there and pieced it together. So hopefully you enjoyed that. All in all, the day went pretty well. It was kind of slow. It rained here today. The weather was pretty dreary and bad. I had some stuff I had to do inside. The main thing being working on trying to finish the intro. And so I actually was able to start writing earlier than I had been the past few days. I started around 7 and I wrote until 9. It's a little after 9 now, and I decided to go ahead and post this video. The writing went fairly well so far tonight. My characters are back home, and they're kind of settling in and having some dialogue and taking a rest. And so I've begun the process of, putting them to bed, quote unquote, and once that happens, there's another scene that I want to try to write tonight, which further develops the plot, and it ties back to a scene that I wrote, I don't know, 2 or 3 days ago. So that's on the agenda for the rest of the night. As I mentioned, to start with, it's the last day of Nano, so I want to congratulate everyone who's participated, whether you wrote 5,000 words or 50 or 70 or whatever you wrote. If you tried, then you tried, and that's important. It matters. So as I said in my last video, whether you made it to a certain word count or not, don't worry about that. Consider yourself a winner in the sense that you gave it a shot. I hope that all of you are going to continue with your stories. Or, if you've written something and you just don't know if your heart's in it, I would implore you to write something else. Don't wait around until the next NaNoWriMo or whatever. Just sit down and try to write as much as you can. Try to put a story together. You'll be surprised at how fulfilling it is and how amazing you'll feel about doing the work after a while. I posted a new picture on Twitter today along with the quote. I didn't have time to do that yesterday, so I wanted to catch up with that. So you can check that out. It comes from back in the day when I used to play a lot of video games. It was just a screen capture that I grabbed, but I think it's pretty fitting for the end of Nano, and it lends a view of what it is to sit down day after day for months and try to create art. It's sort of a heavy thing, but there's good and bad in it. That's really about all I have for this video. I am super curious, so definitely leave me a comment if you've watched this, and let me know what you thought about the intro, whether or not you think it works for this series, or just your opinions and impressions in general. Also, leave me a comment and let me know what your plans are now that NaNoWriMo is coming to an end. Are you going to continue with your story and try to finish the draft and then revise, or are you going to start something new, or maybe you're going to take a break? Whatever you're going to do. It would just be interesting to hear what you guys have planned. There again, sorry to cut this short. but I want to eat and try to get back to the writing. I do hope in the future to do even more different things with the videos. So you may see me from a different angle, or some of the shooting may be done outside depending on the weather and the circumstance. I want to add some variety to it, and this intro is just the first step of that. So if I can work it out, then I'll see what I can do. I will keep all of you in my thoughts. Thank you for your time and attention. I hope you have a good night.